Ooh, birds just flew out. We have an open door. Oh yeah. Whoa. Oh man, look at this thing. What is the story here? Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, an unrecognized country, not an official country according to the UN. The only country that recognizes the TNRC as independent is Turkey. The language here is Turkish. The religion is Muslim. Turkey is just across the Mediterranean. You can see epic landscapes and an absolutely incredible castle here. Can't wait to get into it. So rental car, 52 euros or $56 US per day. I stayed in Kyrenia for the past 3 nights, and I now am on a road trip. I have a room reserved for 2 nights out on the peninsula of Cyprus. So we're here on the north side. Of course, the southern part of Cyprus is Greek, the Republic of Cyprus, majority Greek. And so I will be exploring only the northern part, at least for now. Not sure if I will go see more of the Greek side later. I have explored there previously a number of years ago. So just getting the adventure going here. Let's get into the castle. So out there you can see the city of Kyrenia, where I just stayed the past couple of days. Here we have Turkish flag, the darker red one, and then Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Essentially a reverse, the red and white, and then with the 2 red stripes. And here we go into the castle. I'm not sure of the history yet of this one. And I have a little bit of a problem with my adventuring for the day. Wow, man, this thing is just incredible. Look at that thing on top of the hill there. So my phone service isn't working. For Google Maps and information in general, I could call my service provider, T-Mobile, and maybe get that sorted out, but haven't gotten around to that yet. So I am navigating old-fashioned style using the road signs, and then I don't have access to the internet to get more information about things. So we'll just deal with it as best we can. Here we have the Kule Tower, watchtower. That kind of freaked me out for a second. I guess that is the guard. And locked. But I have a pamphlet they gave me, so let's see what it says, learn a little bit about this incredible castle fortress. St. Hilarion Castle is the main castle in Cyprus and the one with the most impressive architecture. St. Hilarion was one of the many castles built on the highest point of mountains to protect the Cypriot public from attacks by the Arabs. This protection chain also involved castles in Kyrenia, Buffavento, and Kantara. The Arab attacks started in the 7th century and continued until the 10th century, with breaks in between. So it sounds like it is Byzantine era. So it was left vacant in 1489 when the Venetians took the island. So it is much older than the fort, for example, that I showed in the last video, although the fort was established much earlier and then later reconstructed by the Venetians. But the history of this castle is older as far as when it was occupied. So I guess its exact origins are unknown, but it is predicted that the first observation tower here was built during the years of the Arab attacks, and written accounts state that the castle was present when Richard the Lionheart took the island in 1191. Okay, so not sure about the Byzantine thing, because Richard the Lionheart, he was a British king, right? The castle was refurbished and developed during the Lusignan period. The fact that unlike the other castles in Cyprus, the garden in St. Hilarion always stayed cool, even in hot weather, and the chance to see one of the best sceneries in Cyprus made it the point of attraction for the Lusignan nobles. The castle was also a point of refuge for the nobles. So there have been so many different phases of history here, various empires conquering and then losing it to the next. The ancient Greeks are believed to have first settled the island after the Trojan Wars. So actual soldiers or commanders or whatever from the Trojan War after that settled here in around like 1300 BC. And then much later the Romans took it over, and then the Ottomans and the British and the Lusignans. So we have a cistern here, but it is quite small. And so here we have an answer about the Byzantine question. Yes, they were here. Byzantine Church. Wow. Oh man, it's amazing. This is definitely one of the most amazing castles I've ever been to. It's so unique the way that it's laid out on this ridge. Very, very dramatic setting. Unreal. The buttery and the kitchen. And so this is interesting. Here we have a cypress tree, which is spelled differently in English. I'm assuming there must be a connection with the name of the country. Royal Apartments. So as for the issue of whether or not the TNRC, Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, is or is not a separate independent country, I go by the UN official list of member states. I have to have some sort of a standard for my own country counting, what is a country and what is not, and so I go by that list, which means I don't count Taiwan, I don't count Kosovo, I don't count England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland as separate countries. I just count the United Kingdom as one independent country. And then, as far as territories, I've been to the U.S. Virgin Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. And don't count them. U.S. Virgin Islands, part of the United States. Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, part of the Netherlands. Now, of course, I would love to add more countries, make the number bigger. That is, one of the goals, not really purely for the sake of country counting, but just to travel to more places. But my not including certain countries is not a statement on my part of whether or not I agree if they should or should not be considered independent. I just have to go by some sort of a standard, and I choose to go by the UN list of member states. They have very clear, strict criteria for how they determine whether or not a country is considered to be independent. So I'm just going with that. This castle is so extensive. Wow. Is this another church? It said royal apartments, but this is huge. And the views are just some of the best in the world from here. This mountain range is just so intense. So I can see again the two flags, and the border is somewhere quite close by. I'm not sure if it's the top of the peak, the range there, or not, but it is very close, just straight south of here. But these mountains are just so dramatic, and then drop so precipitously down to the Mediterranean, and then it gets so flat down there. But such a range of landscapes here. Sadly, can't go up there. That's a shame. It's very rocky, I guess. Bad for climbing around on. But man, oh man, I had very little expectations. Didn't really know what this was going to be, but one of the best. I think that is a restaurant right there. Hoping so. I'm very, very hungry for some lunch. And looking good. Not much of a menu, but better than nothing. Unfortunately, they aren't serving any of the hot food now. So just got a lemonade, and I will look for something else along the way.